Hello, welcome to CDH's Cross-Border Family channel. My name is Ko Fujimoto. Today I'm going to talk about what are the differences between US citizens and the green card holders under the US taxation. This channel is really a channel where I talk about the taxation for cross-border professionals and helping them to navigate international tax rules. So let's get started. First, I'm going to talk about income tax. Here is the diagram. I'm trying to compare citizens and green card holders, worldwide income taxation and worldwide information reporting. So if you are US citizens, you must report worldwide income. This should not be a surprise to cross-border professionals, right? And also, you must report, obviously not everything, but certain required information to the IRS or sometimes Department of Treasury, FinCEN 114. So compare to the US citizens these obligations under the US income tax. It's a very wide range, worldwide income tax, worldwide reporting. Okay, what about the green card holders? Well, green card holders are the same. They have to report worldwide income to the IRS, and they have to report worldwide information to the IRS, of course, if they meet certain criteria. But the criteria are the same. There is no difference between US citizens or green card holders, because you are a US, this is a technical term, but you are a US person. So let's list, not the comprehensive, complete listing, but let's list some of the major items that you must report. Okay? I highlighted using a red circle because US income tax, I'm talking about the US income tax in this slide. And see, there are no differences here. Citizens and green card holders are the same. First, worldwide income in the form 1040. Yeah, very simple. Certain foreign financial assets in FBAR, FinCEN 114. I am not going to talk about the criteria of what is the certain, but in general, you must report your foreign financial assets to the government. And I said FBAR, but sometimes there is a form called Form 8938. You also may need to add Form 8938 to your tax return, depending on the type and amount of your foreign assets. Certain gifts or bequest or inheritance from US non-resident, and certain ownership of a foreign corporation. If you own certain number of shares or certain percentage of shares of a foreign corporation, you must also report. Certain transactions with a foreign trust. There is a domestic trust and a foreign trust. Okay? So these are some of the obligations that you have. There are no difference whatsoever, US citizens and green card holders. Now, I am not talking about tax treaties here. So tax treaty again is out of the scope. Okay. So once you understand that under the income taxes, U.S. income taxes, there are no differences, no advantage or disadvantage between U.S. citizens and green card holders. Let's get to gift and the inheritance tax. What are the differences? If you are a U.S. citizen, your worldwide assets, your gifts, inheritance. For instance, okay, I have assets in Tokyo. I have assets in London. I have assets in Cairo. I give those assets to different people. I am a U.S. citizen. Well, I'm covered by the U.S. government. Same thing, I have assets in 3 different locations. I die. Well, U.S. government, covers the taxation, U.S. taxation, in this case, inheritance tax covers my worldwide asset. Well, too bad. Well, not so bad, because if you are a U.S. citizen, you are so-called, you're domiciled in the U.S., and in 2022, you have a 12.06 million lifetime exemption. We call it the unified credit. So gifts, inheritance, all included. If the amount does not exceed 12.06 in 2022, I pay no taxes. Okay, this amount changes each year and may go, I think next year will go up, but depending on who is in power, and obviously that's kind of beyond my expertise, it changes, right? It could go down, but for the last, I think 10 years or so, it's almost 2 million to 5 million, 5 million to 10 million, and it has increased. Okay, so let's talk about the green card holders. Because you're a green card holder, I color this person as a green. Well, green card holders, before you get to this same as U.S. citizen, there is a domicile test. Hey, Mr. Fujimoto, I have never taken such a test. Okay, this is not a formal test. Okay, well, this is a judgment. Are you domiciled in the U.S. or are you not domiciled? Okay, if you are domiciled, if you domicile in the United States, you are same as the U.S. citizen. That I just explained, right? The top part of that slide. Okay. But if you fail, I am super simplifying the concept here. But U.S. government, if you're not domiciled in the United States, U.S. government only covers your assets in the U.S. A clear example is a real estate in the U.S. No question. There are intricacies depending on the types of assets, but for this video, I'm generalizing, simplifying, because my brain is very simple. U.S. only assets is covered here. Okay, great. You must be feeling, okay, I'm great. I want to be a non-domicile. Understand. However, wait a moment. You don't have this unified credit of 12.06 million. You have $60,000 only. So this is not for a gift. Okay, this 60,000 is for inheritance exemption. So if I die, I have a $500,000 house in the U.S., but I'm not domiciled. I will probably went back to Japan, or I live in London or whatever. Well, I am a U.S. citizen, but let's say I'm a green card holder, but I already decided to live in different country, but I had the house in the U.S. $500,000. $500,000 minus 60,000, $440,000, and I get taxed. Okay. So you might be asking me, okay, what about the gifts? Well, gifts, you have a $16,000 annual exemption, even if you are non-domiciled in the U.S. Okay. So if I'm talking, you might be losing me, but bear with me. So if I give my $500,000 home to someone, then $500,000 minus $16,000 and the balance, whatever number it is, then gets taxed. Okay. In the U.S., if you are domiciled in the U.S., you can use the unified credit of 2022's 12.06 million. Now, I cannot stop cautioning you. The amount can change in future. Okay, I'm not guaranteeing any amount in the future. But I hope you understand the basic concept of the difference between U.S. citizen and, to be precise, green card holders who are not domiciled in the U.S. If you're green card holders and domiciled in the U.S., in this context, the rules are the same. Okay? So you might be asking me, my next question, what is the domicile test? Tell me about how this domicile works, concept of domicile. Well, it's a very difficult concept. It's a very difficult concept. Don't consider me as an expert in domicile. I know a little bit, okay? So, lives in the U.S., no intention of leaving. I think this no intention of leaving is the most important concept. Because you become a U.S. citizen. It's a big commitment. And the government thinks that, okay, if you become a citizen, you are domiciled. Wherever you are, you are domiciled. But green card holders, right? You become a green card. You apply for a green card. You apply because you tell the government that I am going to live in the United States permanently, and that is why it's called permanent residency. So I don't have any intention of leaving. However, situation changes and lifestyle changes and globalization comes in, and I know you are cross-border professionals or cross-border, people who likes to have a different styles. And I used the example of summer in Japan. Okay, I like to live in Japan because the food very tasty. Spring is great. Fall is great. Winter is not so cold compared to Chicago. But the summer is a little too hot for me. So, I like to spend several months in Japan, several months in the US. So there is a styles of your living. So in that case, my connection to US and my connection to Japan are very unique. What about your family? What about your school? Okay, I already graduated from my school, so I'm not, maybe I'm attending, I don't know, yoga school or something, or stretching school. But anyway, so I put charge. I don't know why I put charge, but voting, driver's license. So your connection to each country, if you are cross-border individual, right? Charge card, maybe credit card. Where do you have a credit card? Is it a UK credit card or US credit card, right? With today's globalization, I'm sure you have card from different countries too. And phones too, right? Phones. And finally, other facts and the circumstances. So put all these things together for green card holders. And analyze facts and circumstances and decide you are domiciled in the US or not. And obviously, if you hold a green card, if you live in the United States, and if you don't have any intention of leaving, you're domiciled. But if you already go back to your home country, you still have a green card, but you don't have any intention of coming back to the United States, and you moved everything to your country. You have nothing in the US, and you attend school, you vote, you have a driver's license in those countries, you don't have any US phones, no US accounts, nothing in the US. I think it's hard to argue that you are US domicile. Okay? This area is, I think, it's very difficult area. You must consult with a professional. Please don't base your decision on this free, widely available, super simple video. Okay, you must consult with a professional. Must consider all the facts and circumstances. It's not a simple test. So with this, I'm going to finish my video today. This is my disclaimer. Don't sue me or sue our firm. You can't. Okay, you can't. We have a cross-border family practice. CDH is an accounting firm, and we are looking for new team members who are progressive, being able to push the envelope, challenging, likes to challenge things, change the status quo, and break this traditional mold of accounting firm or accountants who naturally are very conservative, which must be very conservative, right? You don't want accountants to take aggressive positions in your tax returns or in your financial statement. There is a very strong need, and the history and circumstances wants the accountants to be conservative, steady, reliable, trustworthy. But at the same time, it's a business too. Business, and the world is changing. So we are looking for people. We means cross-border family practice. Okay, cross-border family practice. Don't misunderstand. But we are looking for new team members, and we have 2 years. We have published income tax book for cross-border professionals. For the last 2 years, we published it in Japanese, but this year we are going to publish the same book with a new information and added illustration in English and in Japanese. So with that, I will finish my video today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.